Years ago, I bungee jumped off a 230-foot high bridge on the South Island of New Zealand. I remember standing there, my feet strapped together, high above this raging river. Now, I should have been terrified. Knees trembling, stomach in a knot, heart pounding. But fortunately, my handler knew exactly how to manage my nerves. And he did a few things. First, he told me, don't look down, but instead, look out at the amazing scenery on the South Island. The next thing he did was he engaged me in conversation. So he was telling me about some of the craziest jumps he had ever seen, including many naked ones. And when it was my turn to jump, I was not naked, by the way, I shuffled up to the edge, looked out at the horizon, jumped straight out, and screamed the entire way down. My name's Robert Graham. I'm the founder of GrahamComm, and we've been helping people become outrageously good speakers and manage their fear of speaking for almost 20 years. Now, if you watched the last video, you learned how to prepare in the days and weeks prior to giving a presentation. In case you missed it, I'm going to summarize it for you now. Ready? Practice. Out loud. A lot. The topic of today's video, however, is what to do immediately before you present. And by that, I mean the hour before your presentation. First thing is arrive early and test all your technology. The network, your demos, the projector, the screens, your remote, the lights, test it all. Now here's one you didn't expect me to say. Stop practicing. Right? There's much better things you can do in those crucial moments right before you speak, such as these tips that I'm going to give you right now. And I'm going to divide these into two groups. We're going to talk about getting physical and getting mental. So let's talk about getting physical first. The problem is we have all this cortisol that's coursing through our veins, and we have to process it somehow. Some people like to do push-ups. Now, mind you, this is in private when nobody's looking. Other people like to do air squats. I like to go bungee jumping. I'm kidding, I don't. But what I do like to do is take a brisk walk around the block. Now, I'm a kinesthetic thinker, which means that movement helps me think. Along the same lines as that is breathing. So simply taking 5 slow, deep breaths engages something called the vagus nerve, which slows your heart rate down, lowers your blood pressure, and decreases cortisol. Now, here's an interesting one. Hold a warm beverage. Let's see, do we have a warm beverage here? We do, thank you. The warmth heats up your hands, which are extremities, which tend to lose blood flow when the fight or flight reflex kicks in. So holding a warm beverage acts like the breath by reversing that fight or flight reflex on a physiological level. Plus, it just feels good. By the way, caffeine is not a good thing to drink during your presentation as it tends to jack up all your vital signs. So save that cup of fills for once you're done. Along those same lines is smile, right? Your physiology affects your psychology. All right, that's the physical stuff. Let's talk about the mental stuff. Now, this is an odd tip. Count backwards from 200 by 17s. Go ahead, do that now. It's hard to do, right? It's even harder to obsess over your presentation when your mind is distracted with a task like that. We also coach a lot of speakers for global product launches, where they're going out in front of thousands of people, millions of people online. One of the things I tell them to do right before they go out is to think of someone or something that they love or that makes them smile or makes them laugh. And it puts them in this beautiful state to go out in front of people. And make sure that you socialize or schmooze before your talk. Don't stand in the corner poring over your notes, getting more nervous. Grab a cup of tea and go out and have a few conversations. So there you have some incredibly helpful tips on how you can manage your nerves in the hour right before your presentation. Keep in mind, you're never going to eliminate your nerves. But if you follow these tips, you can greatly reduce them, feel more in control, and nail your next presentation. I'd love to read your own best practices for managing your nerves in the comments section. And please share this video with anybody you know who has any fears around public speaking. And if you like this, subscribe and you'll get the next one as soon as it's out. Yo me llamo Roberto. My name's Robert Graham. I'm the founder of GrahamComm. Another thing to do is to socialize or Another thing to do is socialize or schmooze. It'll settle your nerves down and your mind will be more distracted. No, that's not good.